Well, he came off an incredible Speed Week Northwest South. We're going to be talking with the champion, Landon Brooks, driving the Tyner Hurst Enterprises 94TH entry. It was actually 94X at some point as well during the week. From Rio Oso, California, talked to him about how the week went, break down race by race, as well as what are the rest of the plans of 2023. That's coming up next here on Getting Up to Speed after these messages. Dave's Home Supply specializes in cabinets, flooring, and countertops. Visit their website at daveshomesupply.com to look at products, services, financing, and even a free estimate. Are you looking for bookkeeping, payroll, or income tax services? Then check out the folks at For You Simple Bookkeeping. They are a licensed tax preparer throughout the entire United States. For more information, click on the link in the description. This broadcast is brought to you by Meat Freaks Jerky Club. Get the best jerky the world has to offer straight to your door by visiting meatfreaksjerkyclub.com. Pick your box and plan, tell them where to ship, and receive and enjoy. Log on to meatfreaksjerky.com and use promo code SPEED. Well, he's the newly minted Speed Week Northwest South champion, and he's the 19th different driver in 26 Speed Weeks since 1998 to win. It's Landon Brooks. Landon, first of all, congratulations, and second of all, welcome back to Getting Up to Speed.
Thank you. Yeah, I think the last time I got my sprint car win the last time I was on here, so it's cool to be a Speed Week champ now and be back on the show.
Yeah, you guys have been in really good form this year. 5 total wins, 11 podiums, 14 top 5s, 18 top 10s, and 27 starts. And 5 wins at 5 racetracks, 5 different racetracks to be specific as far as like characteristics and the way they race.
Yeah, when you got Steven Tyner and Kyle Hurst right there, helping you get through those racetracks and teaching you the best ways to get around them, it makes it a lot easier to get those wins. And we've been good all year. I feel like every night we race, we all just click a little bit better and just get better as a team overall.
Yeah, you guys, you won in the Todd Ware 14W May 20th at Marysville. Then here comes July 29th, Placerville Speedway, Mark Forney Classic, and you're with the Tyner Hurst Enterprises 94TH, and you guys crank out a win.
Yeah, I thought I kind of gave it away in the heat race. I made a mistake, and we ended up not finishing the heat race, and we were in the B, and we started 9th in the feature, and Steven and Kyle just told me, I had to go. It was only 25 laps, and so we were just hammering away at it the whole race, and got to second, and finally felt like Colby kind of like spun down the straightaway, and I knew how to pull the trigger, and I did, and we kind of just let it from there. So we were really good that night. We were quick time in qualifying, but I just made that one mistake in the heat race, which put us behind. But luckily, I was able to pull us back out of it.
Well, and then here comes Speed Week Northwest South. You kind of came up for a couple of the midweek shows at Cottage Grove for the northern version, and then committed to the whole southern deal, which there was a lot of guys from California that came up. In Cottage Grove Speedway, the track of all the Oregon tracks, at least with I guess really the only experience. And tell us about that night. I mean, the paperwork says 4th, but you guys were having a really good run going.
Yeah, I drove around Dominic at one point, and the yellow came out, so he got his spot back, and then it started to lay rubber, and I've never really ran rubber at all, and I needed to slow up and reserve my tires a little bit, and I didn't, and ended up just smoking the tires off of it, and I think like 2 to go, the right rear started getting flat, and we ended up 4th. But yeah, I felt like if I would have done a little bit better job, I felt like we could have fought for doing in the beginning of the race. I haven't really been the tracks out here. There's not much tire heat, so I haven't really been used to having to manage my stuff and save it. So that was a big learning curve on Monday night, which helped me all week because it felt like the Oregon tracks, there was a lot of, you had to manage your tires a lot just because there was a lot more tire heat and just a lot different than out here. So, Monday actually helped us out a lot for the rest of the week.
Well, then Coos Bay Speedway was the second leg. You guys were out of the smoke, out of the heat, and really cool temperatures on the coast. Your first time there, and you crank out a win.
Yeah, weather was really nice. We qualified really well, and watching all night, kind of thought you would need good starting position, just the way the track was racing. It was kind of right around the bottom, but comfy at the top, and I mean it made 2 lanes, and I felt like it was a great racetrack, and we got out front early, and it was green to checker, 30 laps, and we pretty much led the whole thing. So, I was very surprised at how the racetrack raced in the future.
Yeah, because in the heats it was kind of on the bottom. It was racing a little narrow, and then it just all of a sudden widened out.
Yeah, there wasn't a curb or nothing you could run around the top. It was kind of just dirty, so it was hard to make speed. And I guess they watered it, and I guess it helped, and made it really racy.
Well, then Wednesday, leg 3, Douglas County Dirt Track in Roseburg, a new racetrack. Yeah. You'd been to Roseburg before for cage karts, but never this place before. And I guess what was your initial take from it?
The facility's really nice. The grandstands and everything for the fans is really nice. And the racetrack, looked like it would race really well. I mean, it raced really fast, and same thing. It was kind of right around the bottom, for the heat races, and feature it widened out, and it was a really good racetrack too. And you kind of had to manage your stuff, like we had to Monday night. And I felt like I done a lot better that night at kind of managing my tires and pacing myself a little bit better.
And you guys got the win. I mean, another strike at a place that you never been to before.
Yeah, I've never been to the racetracks, most of them, but Steven and Kyle obviously have several times. But that was a racetrack that any of us have been to. Mm-hmm. So I felt like kind of just Steven just does a really good job at getting the car where it needs to be and getting me comfortable at these racetracks really fast.
Well, Thursday night it was a hot day, Southern Oregon Speedway, and event as the nighttime approached, got super smoky, super windy. You guys had a really good run, going to at least a top 5 finish, and then it was a kind of a wild feature for you guys.
Yeah, the dash kind of had a terrible start, and we ended up running 6th, so we started 6th in the main, and the track was just super hooked up all night. The bottom was almost still greasy in some parts in the feature. So we started 6th, and I think we got to 3rd pretty fast, and it was kind of one lane just hammer down, and then we had a yellow, and the leader actually broke. So then we would have been 2nd, and then our right rear started going flat. So went to the hot pit, got a new right rear on there, and we only ended up being able to get back to 11th or so. But I definitely felt like we would have been, in contentions to win that race.
And spoiler alert, it was his worst run of the week. But got back into your native state of California, Silver Dollar Speedway. You guys were, at least for the feature, were on point and just getting after it.
Yeah, going into the night, we really wanted to win that race, just because all week it was kind of low car count, and Chico always has a good car count and just a more solid field of cars. And, so we just wanted to prove ourselves that, we weren't just, running against 23 cars a night or whatever. And so, I didn't do a very good job of qualifying. So that put us, I guess you could say behind the 8 ball, but with the format, it actually kind of helps you. So it put us front row of a heat race, and won the heat race, started pole, and we were really good. We checked out, and started slowing my pace down a little bit when I was coming up to lap traffic, and Chase Johnson ended up getting by me, but I got lucky and got saved by the yellow. So after that, I cranked it back up to 110, and we ended up getting the win. So it's pretty cool to finally get it done. At Chico, and last time we were there, we were really close, and Shane Galba got us at the end. So it was cool to fend him off, and I think we're the only ones that have beat him at Silver Dollar this year. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you were the street killer.
Yeah.
But also it had to have been a little bit of an emotional win too. It just looked like the body language from you and your crew, the first race since Low Morale passing away, and obviously the Tyler Wolf Memorial, somebody with a Red Bluff Cycleland connection. It just seemed incredible.
Yeah, it was definitely cool to win that, just, with everything that's been going on. And, it's been pretty tough on the racing community. So, I just, felt good to get the win and, be able to celebrate, with the crew and just look back on, all the times that we've had with Lowell and being able to race that cycling with him around. And I was never really around when Tyler raced, but, just seeing his dad there and, just being able to honor them was pretty cool.
Well, and also the Souza family too. Like when you say the racing family, especially the Cart family in Northern California, a couple of heavy double whammies in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, it definitely took a toll on us for sure. You just sometimes you wonder why things have to happen, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, but it's definitely tough.
Yes, no doubt. And how cool was it? You mentioned a special format. It was basically Cycleland format for the 360s, to kind of see that transition to a 360 for a 360, a big 360 sprint car race. For them to use that had to be kind of cool and a little nostalgic for you.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was funny. My dad was asking questions all night, and I'm like, "What are you talking about? We've been racing this format our whole life."
Sure.
So it was pretty cool. I know Lowell always wanted to see, the cycling format race at Chico and race with sprint cars. So it was cool to have that. I know a lot of people didn't really like it, but it was cool to do it for Lowell and just I think definitely does. It is tough for the qualify good and the guys that run good, just because you have to start behind the heat race winners. But I think if you're going to win it doesn't really matter where you start.
Yeah, no doubt. And there were 5 heat race winners, and basically the dash winner, who ended up taking the Tyler Wolf Challenge, started 19th. So runner-up started 6th. And the 5 guys that won their heat races were no slouches at all.
No, yeah, they were pretty good. So I think Sanders ended up running 3rd or so.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Went from 6 to 3, or no, he got Chase Johnson was 3rd. It was Sanders got 5th.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Golubic was 2nd.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and then Ryan Burnell got 4th, now that I'm remembering it all. The final night, Placerville Speedway, a place that you'd won before. Tell us about that night and how kind of things unfolded. I imagine wasn't too concerned about the points, was just more primed and focused about just performance with another big car count with 40 cars on the grounds.
Yeah, going in the night, we obviously, want to win. You want to win every night. But we were pretty good in qualifying. I felt like we made decent laps. I think we ended up 4th in our group, but they ended up doing a split group qualifying, so that kind of hurt us. That put us starting 3rd in our heat race, and so it made us have to win the heat race to be in the redraw, and we ended up only getting a 2nd. So that didn't put us in the redraw. So we started 11th, and we had a ton of speed. It kind of just got spread out in the beginning, and I think I got to like 6th or 7th, and then we had a yellow, and Forsberg was like 2nd or 3rd, and he got into it. So I think that put us like 5th, and then late race we ended up getting by Hannah Carrick. So I felt like we had a lot of speed, just weren't in the right positions at the right time, and but still just a really good night for us.
Well, you go up the ramp, and then you get back to where the crew is and everything. Was it sort of like the world off of your shoulders there for a little bit, knowing that you'd won the title after a long week with lots of crazy weather? And when we're talking smoky weather, we're talking hazardous air quality sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that was kind of tricky on your guys. I was talking to somebody about this. It was tricky on the motors because you guys were constantly checking the air, especially at Medford on Thursday.
Yeah, that, and now that I think about it, my eyes, it was almost like I was crying in the car. My eyes were watering so bad when we were racing in Medford from the smoke.
Sure.
So that was definitely a task too. But yeah, the air quality was not in our favor all night for sure.
But winning the championship, what were those first moments like once you got the news that you won the points title for Speed Week Northwest South?
It's pretty cool. I think that's the first time I've ever raced 6 days in a row for a speed week, and to do it our first time and win three races and be top 5, 2 of the other nights, was pretty special. Just and most of the racetracks were new to me too, so it was definitely pretty cool. And I knew going into it, with the team I have and the people behind me, so it makes it easier on me, and definitely helps the whole week. It's a long week, and to be able to perform every night and not have any problems, in our control, is pretty cool.
Well, and it seemed like of the many times that I ran into you or talked to you, you were pretty calm, especially Saturday night. You were just calm, relaxed, and not super nervous or super hyped up, but also not like super relaxed, because there is such a thing as getting in that mode.
Yeah, I was kind of saying all week, it's nice being able to race 6 days in a row, because you don't go weekend and say you run bad and you have to sit there and think about it all week. You're on to the next race, So I think that was kind of why I was pretty calm and wasn't too nervous.
Yeah. So here we are, Speed Week Northwest South concluding. Moving forward, what is your guys' plans for the rest of the 2023 season?
So right now we're currently trying to work out something for Gold Cup. So we're trying to find a 410 for that, and then we'll run Wednesday, and then if we do find a motor for Gold Cup, we might not run Posse Shootout. So we're still trying to figure that out, and then I think we're kind of just going to try to race as much as we can from here on out. So I think that's kind of our plan. I do have a midget ride for BC 39 and Chili Bowl, so that'll be cool. And then I think we're just going to be running the 94 from here on out for the rest of the year.
Nice. And that'll take you up all the way till right about November for Stockton Dirt Track, or was that going to clash at all with Red Bluff Outlaws?
I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We still got to figure that out, but I know Trophy Cups for sure. So we'll do that. And then, we still got to kind of figure out all the fine details.
Okay. And then are you at liberty to share who you're going to be racing for at the BC 39 or Chili Bowl, or is that still a work in progress?
No, I'll be driving for Taylor Courtney.
Okay.
He's got a team, so we'll be running with him for BC 39 and Chili Bowl. So it should be a pretty good.
Nice. Nice. Taylor Courtney, let's see, he's a Race Saver 305 guy from North Texas, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Because people were tagging Tyler Courtney and stuff, and like, no, this is the wrong guy. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's not me.
Yep. No, that's
Okay. Yeah, Devil's Bowl Speedway regular back in the
Yep.
day.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That's exciting, and there's no doubt. I mean, Chase Rodman and I were talking about it in Knoxville when we were doing our midnight moonlight walkabout. You're definitely of some interest for some people that maybe snatching you is as cool as that is. Selfishly,
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, another guy from the West Coast possibly leaving for the Midwest. But however, we wish the best for you. But that's cool, and no doubt that this week is probably put your name out there in some circles as well.
Yeah. It was kind of like a kind of hope when you seen Tanner Holmes get that ride, just because lately people are kind of just bouncing from ride to ride. They're already out there, so to have somebody out here get a ride like that, it gives you a little bit of hope that something like that can happen.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Jimmy Elledge has got to be so proud of you and Tanner as teammates with Factory QRC for the Open Division.
Yeah, it just shows how good he is, with Logan going out there and being as successful as he is, and obviously me and Tanner. So, it just proves a lot.
I was watching the replay of Gold Cup the other day with my son Grant, and Logan Seavey was the color commentator for Gold Cup last year. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, insightful expert advice being thrown in there.
Yeah,
but he's rolling really good, and what's really impressed me so much is his role in Silver Crown has just been phenomenal this year.
Yeah. He's been really good this year. Both the USAC, Silver Crown, all of it. He's been good in all of them. So, he's in a really good position right now.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Landon, we appreciate you for coming on here again and spending part of your day telling us about just a magical week for you and your family and Tyner Hearst Enterprises. Any people that you want to thank real fast before we let you go?
Chris Kraft is Kraft Builders. Without him, none of us would be able to do this. So, I just got to thank him, Steven Tyner, Kyle Hurst, Tyner Hearst Enterprises, Hilo Erectors, Bell Helmets, everybody that helps me out and makes it possible to do what I love.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to keeping a close eye on you, and we'll probably be checking in with you in a couple months for the 2024 update of where and what you'll be racing.
All right. Thank you.
Well, that is going to do it for this interview. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure and hit the like and subscribe button on whatever platform you found this interview at. It really helps us grow the channel, and we greatly appreciate it. In the meantime, we'll be back with more content and interviews in the future. Be sure and have a great evening or a great rest of your day, whatever time you're listening.